cable kind of sinks. It keeps like this.
Tonight's official.
Do I get another one, Jeffrey?
Pat Curtis, and on the plates will be disconnecting.
And it's making me rather static.
Okay.
Do you want me to try the other mic?
What?
I'll try the other mic.
Check.
Red market.
Check. Check.
Check.
Okay, on this end it sounds fine. On that end it sounds terrible, right?
Yep. Why don't you change the headphones? See if that's the case. Alright. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. What? Hey, bro. Hello. Check. 1, 2, 3. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Wadsworth Field, home of the Patriots. Tonight's game will be against the Gulliver Raiders and the Florida Christian Lady Patriots softball. I don't know why they say Lady Patriots, but they do.
I think it's just Patriots, because there's no guy version of softball.
Oh, you right. Yeah, you right. What time is it, bro? 18:50.
And then you go to the third page, it says walkout songs, and go to situation. There's right there. And then walkout songs, it's in batting order.
Your starting lineup for the Gulliver Raiders. Number 11, shortstop, Andrea Delgado. Number 12, Porter.
Can you just hand me my mic?
Check 1, 2.
Hello. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Hello. PJ's here. Hi, PJ.
Oh, hey.
Check 1, 2.
Hello. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2.
Sounds terrible.
Bro, this is rough.
Check 1, 2.
We gotta tell JP about the speaker thingy.
What speaker thingy?
It's only going out of this.
Alright. Let's go. We gotta move quick. Gonna have too many late people right
What? I don't know. Jeffrey, are we getting that camera?
now. Wolfgang had to go switch it.
Switch it for what?
He got the JVC that was that didn't have an SDI port.
Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. It still sounds bad.
Try putting your
Check 1, 2.
No, that's not it. It's just it's just blown out in general.
Well, anyway, it sounds good. It's just like kind of.
Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2.
Okay, I'll turn it down here. And then we'll turn it up here.
Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2.
Well, we have done it in the past.
Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check. Check. Oh yes. Sounds better.
Still sounds kind of blown out though. Check 1 2. I don't know. I used to do a prayer, but
Kind of sounds like it normally does.
check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Did that mess it up? Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. What other way? Here.
Like you turn this up.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check, check, check. Check. That sounds pretty good.
Sit. I'd love to see it. What about mine?
Check, check, check.
Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Patriot Field as we see the.
Hello, 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 hello. Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
Florida Christian
Wow, that's
Patriots.
really quiet.
Starting lineup for
Folks, we're still working out a lot of the technical difficulties. Sorry if you're listening to all this.
11. Andrea the
Hello, hello, hello.
Number 12, Porter Dawson. Bowen, excuse me, Patrick. Number 2, Alyssa Jensen, third base. Number 3, second baseman, Natalie Menendez. Number 14,
Check, check.
pitcher, Asia Mallory.
Getting all of the team introduced right now.
Number 24, right fielder, Hallie Porter. First baseman, number 10, Alexa Rose. Left fielder, number 22, Carmen Hall. Center fielder, number 28, Jenna Perez. In the dugout, number 13, Daniela Diaz. Number 33, Sophia Chacho. And now, ladies and gentlemen, stand up for your Florida Christian Patriots. Let's give it up for number 10, the pitcher, Fia Zelenka. At first base, number 19, Juliet Aquila. At shortstop, number 6, Sammy Zelenka. The center fielder, number 1, Michaela King. At catcher, number 99, Natalie Arce. The left fielder, number 9, Abby Nunez. At third base, number 12, Victoria Broche. At right field, number 17, Isa Lopez. At second base, number 16, Annabelle Aquila. In the dugout, we have Kensley Pena, number 8, number 3, Natalie Menendez, number 4, Megan Diaz, Ella Diaz, number 5, and Andrea Pasternak, number 7. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats for the national anthem, and afterwards for a short prayer. Please remain standing for a word of prayer. Father, thank you so much for tonight. God, we just ask that you protect both teams tonight as they both play. In your name we pray, amen. Let's play ball.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the home opener for FCS Patriots softball. I am Jeffrey Swindoll, joined with my color commentator, William Swindoll.
Hello.
If this team is new to you guys, so is it to us. William and I covered softball a few years ago, but it's been a while. We've been out of the game a little bit. So if you're just being introduced to this team for the first time, so are we. We hope to be good service to you guys and enjoying this game. Thank you to all the people watching, FCS community, as well as the Gulliver community. If any of you guys are watching, thank you for joining. We hope to be a blessing to you as well.
Batting for Gulliver Raiders, the shortstop, number 11, Andrea Delgado.
Oh, now it's easy to tell since we have 2 strikes.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And that's a strikeout. Fia pitching against her former teammate Andrea Delgado and opens the game. First batter, 1 strikeout.
What an excellent pitch from Fia. Caught her dead eye looking.
This is Gulliver's left-handed hitter, second in the lineup. And it looked like the batter was once again teasing the bunt. This is number 12, Porter Brown for Gulliver, a senior. Bowen, not Brown. Thank you, Mr. Aguirre. So Bowen hits a foul. She's on 2 strikes, 1 ball. And a swing and the miss for Bowen. That's 2 batters, 2 strikeouts for Fia Zelenka. This is number 2, Alyssa Jensen for Gulliver.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 2, Alyssa Jensen.
Jensen makes contact. This is out to left field. And it's caught by Abby Nunez. And that's a 3 and out, if you will, for the Patriots. 0-0 after the top of the first, moving into the bottom of the first. William, your thoughts on the Patriots' first defensive frame?
Really good start from FCS. All around, Fia pitched phenomenally. Caught the first batter looking on last strike, swing and a miss for the second one, and then pitch that she took a swing at and Abby Nunez caught. So all in all, really good from the FCS team. I lost the. Oh, it's on. Oh, that's it. There you go. It's in batting order.
Pitching for Gulliver is number 14, Mallory.
Now batting the pitcher, number 10, Via Zelenka.
Look at me now. Look at me now. Oh. I'm big paper. Look at me now. Oh. Look at me now. Yeah.
And here's Fia, pitcher and leadoff hitter for the Patriots. A really well-rounded player for the Patriots. She started, I think, as early as 6th grade playing varsity ball. Isn't that right? Wasn't she
Yeah.
playing when we were covering the team a couple of years ago?
Yes, sir.
And here's Fia experiencing the cheer of her teammates from the dugout.
That's something you can always count on in softball.
Oh, and Fia makes really strong contact, really close to staying fair. Mr. Mesa was signaling for fair. I gotta be honest though, it wasn't very close. I don't know why he was waving for a fair ball.
Just a bit outside.
Fia's on 2 strikes now. Although she started this round making contact. She's 1 pitch away from striking out in her first at bat. Mallory's pitch. More contact than Mr. Mesa with the one-handed grab out there. Is there any way we could get Mr. Mesa in this game? 0-2 for Fia. Mallory's pitch. It's low into Fia's left. That's the first ball of the count. Gulliver seems to have some kind of calling system. Both the pitcher and the catcher each have a sleeve, I guess, with different kinds of pitches on them. And both the pitcher and the catcher looking over to the bench, and they check their sleeve. Oh, the changeup. Fia makes slow contact. She was watching to third base, and there's an error. And Fia's going to advance to second base. And Fia gets a double after the error at first base.
What a start from Fia, from both defensively and offensively.
She is a very valuable player to this team. I think it's immediately apparent to all those watching that Fia is MVP material. And here's Aquila, number 19 for the Patriots. He plays first base. Aquila attempts the bunt on the first pitch.
You love to see the bunt attempts.
And Gulliver's third, shortstop and pitcher having a bit of a chat there near the pitcher's circle.
Quite a turnout from the fans for this game.
A really great bunt from Aquila. She's going to get to first. Looked like she was safe. But Aquila's sacrificial bunt gets Fia to third base. And the Patriots have one out to burn There's one out on the
Now
board
batting, the shortstop, number 6,
to try and get Fia home to take the lead. And who else to get this RBI opportunity than Fia's sister? Strike one for Mallory.
They might have a mate for themselves.
Well, they just have the same last name, so there's no fusion. It's just the name.
Rip.
And to be clear, this is Sam Zelenka. Zelenka oddly makes contact. Fia's going to challenge at the plate. And she's safe as the catcher bobbles it. Uh-oh. Sam Zelenka's advancing to second. And she's easily out. That's 2 outs on the inning.
That's 3 outs for the Patriots. We got 1 run in, 1 0.
2 outs.
I apologize, 2 outs.
Crowd laughing after that one.
Now batting, number 1, the center fielder, Michaela King.
Michaela King, the queen of FCS girls sports. And we got the Mickey Mouse chants going strong since she was in.
She's also been on the team for quite some time on varsity.
Oh man, it looks like that ball made direct contact with some GoPro hung up over there.
No way, dude.
Remember hearing before the game the guy was saying, I don't want to put on the net. And there it is. Prophecy fulfilled. Here's Michaela on 1 strike. Now it's 1-1 for her.
1-1, number 5. Got his 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Inning over.
1-2 for Michaela.
Let the umpire give the count.
And that's strike 3 for Mallory. And Gulliver will make it out, giving up 1 run in the inning. 1-0 Patriots lead, entering the 2nd inning.
Everything on it looks like it follows a setting. That's why I wasn't working. I tried that. It's still not so. He's gonna have power up there now.
They don't have like.
And we're back for the top of the 2nd inning. Leading off this inning for Gulliver, it's number 3, Natalie Menendez. Facing Fia Zelenka, who has 2 strikeouts. Swing and a miss for Mendez on the first pitch.
Oh.
Ball 1 for Mendez. 1-1. There's a pop fly into infield. And Aquila calmly catches it for the first out of the inning. After 4 batters, Fia has yet to give up a hit.
Now batting. Now batting, number 14, the pitcher, Asia Malone.
Gulliver's really struggling to start something here in this game. You can see on even defense, they missed a couple of catches on the first base, and home base they could have stopped the point from happening. So I think all in all, Gulliver is having a rough start at the moment.
One and 0 for Mallory. Here's Fia's second pitch on this pitcher-to-pitcher duel. Mallory fouls it right behind the bleachers. 1-1 for Mallory. And Aquila catches.
What a catch.
A low line drive near first base. This positioning defensively for FCS is working out for them. The first and third baseman moving up quite a bit. And they're leaving their second and shortstop near the end of the clay of the infield. And you can see that formation made the difference in catching that line drive. 24 for Gulliver. Hadley Bowen with the one-handed bunt attempt. That was pretty cool.
Now batting for Gulliver, number 24, the right fielder, Hadley Bowen.
You definitely love to see it.
Bowen going for the bunt again. And third base, Broche is moving up quite a bit for this batter that seems to be bunting. Bowen pops it over first base in that sweet spot between first base and right field, but it fouls out. Fia's got 1 strike to close out this inning.
Was there a timeout called? Is that what happened?
Mr. Stemmer talking with Fia at the pitcher's mound with the catcher, Natalie Arts. Ball 2 for Fia. 2-2. 2 outs. This batter showed 2 bunts early on in this count. Wonder if she go for it again. And that's a bit of a late swing from Bowen. And Fia closes out this inning. We're now entering the bottom of the second.
About online streaming, whether it be departments or people. They got people in other states, family, friends. Facebook Live, right?
How do I fix the innings? I accidentally added one.
But it's bottom.
Let's go something.
So what's the score? What you just have to reset.
Yeah, it's 1-0.
So we're in the second inning, right? 1-0 home, right? Okay, where's home score? Right here. 1.
Now batting.
There you go, Swin.
Now batting the
Did he leave
catcher.
you? You said
Number
that for a
99.
second. I'll do it till he comes back.
Natalie
We got
Menendez.
water all over here.
Here's the catcher, Natalie Arce. She'll take the first pitch, a strike. And that pitch is wide right. And Mr. Stemmer calling for her to attack the ball. 1-1. And that pitch will be a ball. Roll to the catcher. Three and one for Arce. Pitch looked a little close to Arce's leg. We've got a full count now. I wonder if Arce's actually switching. I thought she was switching to the left hand. Full count for Arce. Oh, man. That should be disappointing to her. And coming up for the Patriots is Abby Nunez.
Number 9. Abby Nunez. I lost that place. I need a lot.
Sorry for the mess. All right.
Swing and a miss for Abby on the first pitch.
Yeah, I can do it. Get your breath.
Oh, and 2 for Abby. And that's another foul for Abby. Still 0-2. 1 out for the Patriots. Other than that error at first base, Mallory's had, really that's not something in her control. She's had a really good game, although they're losing 1-0. She's had, she's challenged the Patriots herself quite a bit.
Yeah, the pitcher's playing pretty good right now.
Third baseman, number 12, Victoria Broche.
And here is third baseman, Victoria Broche to pitch.
It's pretty creative how creative the chants get for softball. They have a chant for, like, everything.
Yeah, it sounds like every player has their own unique one. 1-1 for Broche. Some of these girls look a little too patient for their pitch. Not a lot of swinging. And that's a strikeout on Broche.
Yeah, thank you.
After 3.
Sorry about that.
The umpire, if you get lost, the umpire basically give the
Your Florida Christian Patriots 1.
Okay, so then you can get corrected.
Yeah, we made a playlist way better than this one. Well, I was told I couldn't think of it.
For the Raiders, first baseman, number 10.
Going into the top of the third. Here's Fia on the mound again. And this is Gulliver's Alexia Rhodes. Or Roades. I apologize, I don't know which pronunciation I gotta go for. I'm gonna go with Rhodes. Both these pitchers making this game really hard for the batters to impact it. What do you think, William?
Yeah, I think both pitchers are pitching lights out right now. Playing really good.
Really solid bunt. Let's see if Aquila can get it the first in time. Yes, she does.
Even when they get good hits, or even like good bunts, you can see that they still struggle to get to first base and make an RBI out of that.
That was not a bad bunt at all. But FCS reacted very well and had their rotations working. Both of these teams look really organized. Seem to know their strategies on both ends of the ball. I think that counts as a strike. Looked like the swing is far enough, and the first base umpire. 1-1, 1 out. And that's a swing and a miss. She should be out. Yes, she is. That's 2 outs.
Now batting the center fielder, number 28, Jenna Perez.
I think Fia at this point has struck out every batter she's faced except 2 or 3. Can't remember. We had 1 infield, no 3. We had 2 flies and that bunt that we just saw. Still no hits for Gulliver. Fia throwing so many strikes, leaving the players looking. Wonder if they'll make adjustments to swing more often throughout this game. And that's another swing and a miss. 2-2. 2 outs. And another swing and a miss for Fia. Another strikeout. I've lost count already. And Patriots lead 1-0 heading into the bottom of the 3rd inning.
What? And this one?
What are your thoughts on this game so far?
I think right now, both pitchers playing exceptional. Fia struck, like we said before, struck out every player except for 3 of them, and all of them didn't even get to first base. Mallory is having a really good game of herself. Put a lot of FCS players that are pretty good on this team in a struggle. And she's done everything she could as a pitcher for the team right now.
The right fielder.
The way I see it, a lot of these batters, although the pitchers I think are really good, I think the batters are also playing a overly safe game.
They're
really only on that last batter we saw a lot of swings. But I think both teams are really respecting the pitchers and playing safe. So let's see if adjustments will be made to be more aggressive. Gulliver's going to have to be, as they are losing 1-0. Strike 1 for Issa. And this pitch is low. Issa saw it all the way. 1-1 for her. Mallory rubbing her hand in the clay a bit. Get some more grip on the ball. Another ball. Issa starting her swing all the way at the back end of the batter's box. And she moves forward. That's a technique a lot of softball players use to get more momentum and thrust into the ball. Strike 2 for Issa. She has yet to swing.
I think FCS needs to start swinging. Not just Issa, just the whole team. As you said, they're really respecting the pitchers, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it ultimately comes down to, like, if you're going to swing at the ball and they're going to throw a strike.
That low pitch sends Issa into a full count versus Mallory. Let's see if she can get on base. And strike 3. Did not swing the bat.
Now batting second baseman, number 16, Annabelle Aquila.
And here is 16, Annabelle Aquila. Strike 1. 0-1 for Aquila.
I think we have 2 sets of sisters on this team. We have the Zelenkas and we have the Aquilas.
That's right.
It's pretty cool to have siblings on the team, and you can really see the chemistry between all of them.
2 strikes. of course, the elephant in the room, we have 2 siblings in the commentary booth. And that high pitch, it will be a ball.
I know.
1-2 for Aquila. Her sister was the one who advanced Zelenka to third. But Annabelle will strike out there.
Now batting.
The pitcher, number 10, Thea.
And we're back to the top of the order. I sure hope we see some more contact to ball here.
You can even hear Mr. Summers saying, like, he was saying, like, swing the ball more. Like,
Swing bat more.
Yeah. My bad.
And a really strong swing from Zelenka, but it misses the ball. 0-1 for her. She's on 2 outs. And that ball will hit her. The bean ball will get her on first base. So now she's advanced to first. And both of her at-bats. One time with a hit, which, she benefited from the error on Gulliver's part. And here, benefiting from the bean ball. I guess if she was wearing a soccer shin guard, it would have absorbed some of the blow there. Mr. Mesa trying to work his amateur doctor skills over there.
Man, put Mr. Mesa in, man.
I remember one time we were doing some hurricane cleanup in the parking lot, and everybody had gloves because, some of the stuff is like poisonous or like super itchy. And Mr. Mesa was not wearing gloves. He was the only one not wearing gloves. And we're like, what's up with that? And he says, I don't need gloves. In fact, I bat barehanded. Like, I don't use gloves when I bat. That's the kind of guy that he is.
Shout out to Mr. B, by the way.
It's 2 balls, no strikes. Mr. Mesa actually correcting us up here. We'll just point that out. We'll be honest. And Aquila immediately disappointed in herself swinging at that. Pitch was really, really high. And she goes back to the plate, 2-1. Another swing and a miss. 2-2. She had a really good bunt on her first at-bat, but that's kind of off the table with the 2 outs. And 3 straight swing and misses. And Mallory gets out of there, not giving up any runs. Now we're entering the top of the 4th inning. 1-0. I can hear the Gulliver coach right beneath me saying, hey, let's get a run, guys. His bunt goes foul.
No, but there's a way you keep it on the whole time. It never falls asleep.
And this is again the former Patriot, Andrea Delgado, number 11 for Gulliver. Their top of the order hitter. There's the bunt again. Can Fia get her out at first? And that's the second time Annabelle Aquila has had to come in clutch at first base for the bunt. Second or third time. Not even sure at this point. But FCS clearly has that. Their response to the bunts down to a T. 1 out.
So far, still a really good game from FCS as a whole. You can see even if they get like a good bunt or a good swing, they always catch it or get them out at first base. And obviously, Fia is pitching exceptionally right now as she gets a ball.
Gulliver's made contact with the ball several times, most of them being bunts. One of them an infield fly, the other a pop fly to Abby Nunez in left field, and that nearly hit me.
That was
inches away from hitting me. I might stand back a little bit more.
That was unreal.
Wow. Guys, I just try to get as close to the action to give you as good of a report of this game as I can. I'm willing to do it all for you guys, even be hit by a softball. And there's a solid hit to Annabelle Aquila. It goes right through her legs. And she had a chance to get the second out for the Patriots. And Gulliver, that's their first hit of the game, coming from an error. And that's how both teams at this point had both of their solo hits in this game from an infield error. Fia was able to advance to second on the error that Gulliver committed. In this case, there's a steal. And Arce fumbles the catch. Maybe just a little bit too attentive. A little bit too eager to throw it to second base. And now she has advanced to second.
Is the ball or strike? Ball.
And thankfully that foul goes in the opposite direction. I'm still a little traumatized from the previous incident.
You can also see the different dynamic between the two batting styles of FCS and Gulliver. You can see Gulliver taking a lot more swings and a lot more bunts than FCS, and FCS is kind of just playing it safe. Like, they have 1 point, they're not really taking much and not really showing anything, and so you can see that.
And Gulliver willing to roll the dice, having their player steal second base. And now she'll advance to third on that missed pitch. There's a high bunt, but Aquila unable to get there in time before it hits the ground. There's a full count. One runner on third. Most hits would get this RBI to tie this game.
Just do a sacrificial pop fly.
And a swing and the miss on the full count. And Fia will take this inning to 2 outs. Dealing with a runner on third base.
Number 3, Natalie Menendez.
And here's number 3, Natalie Menendez for Gulliver. Fia with the odds stacked against her in this inning. Trying to make it out, keeping this shutout. A couple errors from her teammates have put her in this situation.
Great pitch.
And she starts this face-off with 1 strike, 0-1, 2 outs. And let's see if Zelenka can get it to first, and they will get out of here. Giving up no runs. Still 1-0 for FCS. Really strong defensive work from FCS to make up for their errors earlier in the inning, maintaining this shutout. Now, William, I think that shows you the quality of a truly good pitcher, even when your team kind of lets you down in certain ways, or even if you give up hits earlier in the inning, you're able to close out the inning. Of course, that third out required a really clinical response from Sam Zelenka. From the shortstop position all the way to first.
Both Zelenka's performing really well. And I think they're kind of the stars of the team, as we can see today.
Both sisters have shown really strong performances so far. And maybe we just shouldn't be surprised to see such, like I said earlier, clinical work from them.
One's a shortstop and one's a pitcher.
Now batting for your Patriots, number 6, the shortstop, Sammy Zelenka.
And here's Zelenka, we were just talking about her. Let's see if she can impact this game offensively. Entering the bottom of the 5th. Strike 1 on Zelenka. And it's a high pitch. Ball 1. And Zelenka swings, makes contact, and it fouls out. 1-2. You like to see the confidence of Sammy to swing the bat and make contact with the ball.
For sure.
See if she can turn it into a hit. And there's a low pitch. Like it slipped out of Mallory's hand at the end there. 2-2. Sammy again making contact. If anyone parked their car in that gravel parking lot, I don't know what they were thinking. I parked my car way over there. Especially after that traumatizing foul out, which, yes, I will bring up again. I'm going to be standing back here.
Still getting flashbacks.
And that's a strikeout on Zelenka. 1 out for Mallory.
Now batting the center fielder, number 1, Michaela King.
And here's Michaela King. I did notice Mr. Stemmer was, or Coach Stemmer, I should say, was giving her quite a few pointers last time she was at bat. She plays lots of sports. So she's obviously someone that is able to pick up different techniques of different sports easily. Ball 1. And Michaela chips it back. It'll be a foul. 1-1. Strike 2 on Michaela. And Gulliver likes to take their sweet time on each of these pitches. Like I said, they're a really organized team. They have a really committed strategic effort from their coaches, from their impact players. And Michaela King's infield grounder will be easily picked up by the first baseman. That's 2 outs.
Now batting the catcher, number 99, Natalie Menendez.
Really changed your mindset for FCS for batting. You can see them taking way more swings compared to the previous innings where they kind of just watched, and some of the batters didn't even swing and they got out. So it's really a refreshing change of mindset.
Come on, Natalie.
Natalie Arce at bat. Arce. 0-1. 2 outs. And that low pitch. Arce saw it. 1-1. Coach Stemmer saying to Natalie, you're in control. And a swing and a miss. Arce building up the confidence to swing at this ball. He's on 1-2 though. And Arce will get out swinging.
As we hit the top of the 6th, score still remains.
And we are entering the top of the 6th inning. Patriots still lead 1-0. Top of the 5th inning. Top of the 5th inning.
I have no. Let's see.
And we're back in the 5th inning. And this grounded to the 3rd. Brocha misses the pickup initially.
Great swing from Mallory.
The throw was well placed from her. It was just too late after she missed the initial
Now batting the right fielder,
grab of the ball.
number 24, Natalie. Boom.
And Mallory's on base. And here's Hadley Bowen back at bat again. And she'll foul out, hitting it directly into her dugout. As you heard the lady squeal down there. I don't blame him. Especially after what happened to me earlier.
Pretty good start for Gulliver offensively right now.
And Hadley attempting the bunt. Two and two, no outs. That's another foul. Near the same area. These late swings resulting in these foul outs. This left-handed hitter, I'm gonna definitely back up and crouch behind this countertop up here in the press box. Another foul out. Her team is trying to figure out why she is seemingly trying to annihilate them. And that's a strikeout for Fia.
Yeah.
One of her toughest at-bats.
Man, that.
As the batter she was facing made contact with the ball 3 or 4 times. Fia makes it out of there, claiming the first out of the inning. Mallory still on first. I noticed Gulliver not opting for the steals in this inning as they did in the first. Or that is in the previous inning, not in the first inning.
Chants are relentless.
Strike one. Gulliver's coach saying to his batters, you've got to swing the bat. And that low pitch goes for a ball. Arce was attentive to see if Mallory was going to steal second. And here's the bunt. See how the Patriots deal with it. They'll opt to throw it to first.
You can see the coach, he called for 3-2-1, which is the bunt, I think. And so the player opted for the bunt and got the player to second base. Still have 2 outs, but pretty good play by Gulliver.
Gulliver has advanced Mallory to second base. And number 22, Carmen Hall, is going to have to find a way to get on base or RBI Mallory. Just want to remind you, this is the home opener for the Patriots. Of course, they're still working out different strategies, different roles. Players getting more experience together. Some of these players perhaps playing some of their first live pitches of varsity softball. And Fia's got her batter on an 0-2 count. Once again, she's one strike away from preserving her team from giving up this shutout so far. 0-2, 2 outs. A swing and a miss on Hall. A really late swing. Honestly, a bit of a lazy swing. And we're going to the bottom of the 5th.
Aren't we already in the bottom of the 5th? The outs? That's it again.
Now batting left fielder number 9, Abby Nunez.
And here comes Abby Nunez. She will lead off this inning. Gulliver really likes to take their time, talk to each other, make sure the pitch call is right. They're a noticeably communicative and vocal team for each other. Ball 1 for Nunez to start this inning. Mallory has had a good outing so far. FCS is able to get on the board with a couple infield errors. But Mallory has affected this game definitely for the better in Gulliver's favor. Mostly from the pitching mound, but from also in bat. And Nunez's hit is caught by the right fielder for Gulliver. Number 24, Hadley Bowen, excuse me. And I think the Patriots were excited to see good ball contact there on that hit. You can hear them get really excited. Unfortunately, it was caught by Bowen in the outfield. But it's a nice change of pace for FCS to get contact with the ball. Mallory, who's pitched quite well so far, seems to be pitching a little bit more outside, high up or low, as the game goes on. And Bronche swings at that one, bringing this to a 1-1 count. Another swing and a miss for Broche. 1-2. And that pitch close to Broche's chest and a bit high. 2-2. And That's a great pitch from Mallory to close out Broach's second at bat.
Mallory really giving her all right now for Gulliver, both offensively and defensively.
And here's Isa Lopez.
Now batting number 17, the right
Left-handed.
fielder, Isa Lopez.
Trying to duck behind the countertop.
We are in very plausible trajectory of these foul balls when it's a left-handed hitter. There's no question about that. And that's a ball. 1-1. Once again, want to point out that Issa starts towards the back of the batter's box. Strike 2. And a swing and the miss for Isa Lopez to close out the 5th inning. Pitchers entering the last 2 innings of regulation, leading 1-0 over Gulliver. Gulliver's previous offensive inning, that is the top.
Between Jenna Perez.
Here's number 28, Jenna Perez, an 8th grader for Gulliver. Fia Zelenka still on the mound for the Patriots. And that bunt attempt seemed to have stung a little bit for Perez on her left hand. Interesting choice for Gulliver to keep going with the bunts, as FCS has dealt with each of those bunts. Near perfect. And that bunt popped up a little bit. And she fouls out again on a bunt. She's out. And Gulliver's coach calling for Perez to battle now. Here we go. I doubt we'll see another bunt attempt now that she's on 2 strikes. Ball 1. A swing and a miss for Perez. And she strikes out. Add another one to the list.
Lights out game from Fia right now.
And Andrea Delgado grounds it to left field. And she'll get to first base. And an errant cutoff throw gets her to second. There have been quite a few free bases given up to both teams.
Now batting this catcher.
Nunez overthrew her cutoff. Threw it in between first and second base. And Delgado saw that, the player that she is, as fast as she is, and took advantage.
Andrea has been a star for both Gulliver, from what we've seen, and FCS when she played here a few years back.
And Delgado forcing all of FCS's infield to give her attention as she's teasing the steal. And Delgado really threatening from any position on the field. She's standing there at second with all of FCS's infield looking at her.
Did you add the ball?
And that's another strike. It's like there's two different mini games going on right now. We got the pitching game. We got to worry about Andrea after every pitch. It's like two separate things going on. And that's a ball 2. Fia trying to get this inning to 2 outs on this batter. She's 1 strike away. And there's a swing. Solid contact, but it fouls out. That's from Porter Bowen. And a swing and the miss. The ball goes past. And that is a rule. Now you can advance if you're on 2 strikes. And the pitch is not caught by the catcher. Some kind of argument going on between Stemmer and the head umpire. Interestingly enough, the umpire says agree to disagree. And the only problem is only one person's opinion. Final decision matters in that agree to disagree. And that would be the head umpire. I think Stemmer's complaint had something to do with the rule of can the player advance, although she swung and missed.
And the catcher didn't catch it.
Right, I'm not quite sure how it works. Runners on first and third. Only 1 out. It's a tough spot for Fia. She's got to be near perfect from here on out. Oh, and the ball hits the umpire. Wow, FCS really lucks out that the ball hit the umpire. If not, it would have gone past. And I think Delgado would have slid to home plate to tie the game there. A really fortunate roll for FCS.
Yeah, it hit the umpire.
And there's the bunt. It's a foul. And Jensen's bunt, near perfect. This will load the bases. Arce will throw it to first. And I think that's a poor decision from her. The bunt dropped dead right in front of home plate. That's an unbelievable bunt. And I think Arce in the moment thought to get an out. FCS only has one out, though. And that is the tying run for Gulliver. It's now 1-1.
Sebastian, get over here. This is your job.
And Gulliver will load the bases.
Now batting the pitcher, number 14, Asia. Now
One of their star players up to bat with loaded bases. See what happens. Maybe we'll get a bombazo.
Only one out for FCS. Bases loaded. And one of Gulliver's best hitters at the plate. Ball one. Gulliver looks like they smell blood. A swing and the miss for Mallory. It was actually tipped. Foul ball. Strike two for Fia. And this will foul really high. Oh, it made direct contact with a car. Oh, man. That one hurt.
That's tough.
Everyone in the stands felt that one. Lots of people trying to peek over the trees to see if it was their car. And that's a ball. 2-2.
Fia needs to be dead-eye right now if she wants to make it out of here. Even though we only have one out.
Oh, it makes direct contact with Mallory's left shin.
The commentator's curse.
And Gulliver will score with the bases loaded. And they take the lead 2-1. 2-1 over FCS.
now batting number 24, the right fielder, Natalie.
What a shift for this game. Going from no swings to a lot of swings, and then now we're fully loaded for Gulliver.
And I've got to say, FCS, in many ways, gifted this situation to Gulliver with a few poor decisions in a row. Fia's had a good game from the mound, but the things happening around her have now worked in her favor. And now Gulliver leads 2-1 in their second last inning of regulation.
Can't win a game by yourself.
Unless you throw a no-hitter, then you can. I guess you need the catcher too back there to catch him. And that's a low pitch from Zelenka. I'm not sure why Mallory's advancing there. She has a runner in front of her. Looks like Michaela King and Annabella Quilla talking to each other. Who needs to rotate there?
I'm on the edge of my seat right now.
And that's a strikeout for Fia. 2 outs for FCS. They've got to get 2 runs between this inning and the next, at least, to tie this game. A low pitch, and Gulliver's coach unhappy with that decision to be a strike.
These pitches from both teams, man, so good.
As good as they have been on that previous run for Gulliver, I would say that's a mistake on Fia's part. Fia and Artise failing to keep the pitch within bounds and giving an easy opportunity for Gulliver's player to steal home. This is Alexis Rhodes at bat, by the way, for Gulliver. Fia 1 strike away from getting out of here. She's going to scoop it.
Yes, sir.
I cannot believe this call. That she's safe at home.
Wow. Sorry for jumping the gun, folks.
And it looked like Artise, I can't remember if she went for the tag or just thought it was a force out, but that was not a force out, as Gulliver has had only 2 runners on base. And I think that scoop throw from Fia, the trajectory was a little too high. Didn't quite reach home plate in time.
Should have just thrown it overhand.
Well, hindsight is 20/20, as they say. Gulliver leads 4-1 over FCS. Interestingly enough, Gulliver is calling the timeout. That head coach talking with the team a bit. Trying to take best advantage as they can of this inning that the floodgates have opened for them. That's a strike for Fia. Don't know if you guys noticed, but Gulliver advanced one of their players to second base in between one of those pitches. And there's a foul ball.
Attacking is being ready to hit the ball and explode. Come on. Don't be defensive. Swing hard. Miss it, miss it.
And Gulliver's coach telling Carmen Hall to be aggressive, to attack the ball. And that's a strikeout. The inning of FCS's misery ends. They enter that inning up 1-0. And they have left it now down 4-1, shedding 4 runs in 1 inning.
All right,
as a result of several errors from the Patriots.
Let's go, Patriots.
We're entering the bottom of the 6th. FCS has 2 offensive innings left.
Phenomenal inning by Gulliver. Offensively, really good hits by them, really good decisions most of the time for them, and ultimately ended up in a 4-1 lead in 1 inning. No, we're in the bottom.
Bottom of the 6th. Annabelle Aquila at bat. And here we go with the pre-inning meeting as per usual for Gulliver. And Aquila's swing fouls out. One and one for her. Another swing. She's down 1-2 in the count. There's another ball, 2-2. And Aquila will advance to first base. As she stared down that pitch that was rather high. And we're back to the top of FCS's order. Via Zelenka.
The pitcher, number 10, Via Zelenka.
The pitcher versus pitcher duel once again. This is Fia's third at bat. In her first at bat, she was able to get to second base after there was an error by the first baseman of Gulliver. And on the second at bat, she was beamed. 1-1 for her. Fia swings, and it's deep to right center, and it's missed by the center fielder. Aquila will advance to second. She was trying to stay between the bases as she didn't know if it would be caught on the pop fly or not. And the center and right fielder couldn't sort out who was going to catch that ball.
Great hit. Timeout for Gulliver.
Both teams benefiting from fielder errors. Let's see if FCS can take advantage, as Gulliver did of them in the previous inning. And here's Juliet Aquila. She's got two runners on base. One on second and first. There's the bunt from Aquila. Oh, and it's an easy catch for the catcher. It popped right in front of the catcher. Just had to put her glove up. And there's Gulliver's first out just like that. And this is Sam Zelenka at bat. Must be hard as a catcher. When you first glance up, it looks like everyone's wearing the same jersey. The jerseys are so similar. Must be kind of hard to tell. Wait, where's the runner when the catcher checks if someone's stealing or not? When you're looking that fast, jerseys that similar. Right? Good enough. And there's another hit to right center. Aquila will advance to third. Owen Fia is safe at second. I think she was expecting Aquila to be a bit faster to third base.
Got Michaela King. Could get a bombazo from her.
Michaela King has loaded bases.
Now batting the center fielder number 1, Michaela King.
You know, a grand slam would be nice. From Denny's, that is.
Post game.
I'm thinking about it, William. I'm thinking about that post game Denny's. Anyway, let's get back to this game. Here's Michaela King. Trying to get her team to close this deficit as Gulliver leads 4-1. Only one out here. And there's an argument here between the umpire and Coach Stemmer. And Michaela King, I think there's some rule that if she swings at it, even though she's hit by it, it doesn't count. And I think that's what the umpire has ruled. He is discussing it with his assistant umpire. You like to see that. And the umpire,
yes,
you've got to respect that. You've got to respect an umpire listening to his assistant. It seemed the umpire was sure of himself.
Now batting.
But he was humble enough to ask for a second opinion.
Number 99.
And after that discussion, it's 4-2 for FCS. As Michaela King was hit with the ball with loaded bases. And here's Natalie Arce. I think has been waiting all game to show her power at bat. This is her third at bat. She struck out both times in her previous at bats.
Hey, you gotta sit on a ball right here.
And all of a sudden, FCS looks in pretty good position to equalize this game. Perhaps get even more. And that's a swing and a miss, though, for Arce. Strike 2 for Arce. And that's a strikeout. That might be Arce's last chance to be in the batter's box of this game. And here's Abby Nunez. She's got loaded bases, but 2 outs. Would be a real missed opportunity if FCS can't get more runs out of this. And Abby swings at a rather high pitch. Really high. Still makes solid contact. She's at 0-2 now, though. And Gulliver will switch the ball out. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs for Nunez with loaded bases. And Nunez, I think, chasing this a bit. She had a high pitch earlier. That one was a bit wide. Well enough for her. She has made contact on both of her swing attempts. Let's see if she can get this one in fair play. And that pitch was a bit close to Nunez's stomach. But the umpire will call this as a strikeout. We're now entering the final inning, the top of the 7th. And Gulliver leads 4-2. Fia Zelenka, although the scoreboard says 4 runs for Gulliver in this game, doesn't quite tell you what's gone on for her in this game. I think if you looked at a box score, if you saw the error count, and you saw that all 4 of those runs came in the 6th inning, you would wonder yourself what happened. And I think the story is some of those at-bats for FCS that could have gone well for Fia to protect that shutout because of errors snowball affected in Gulliver's favor. And as I said, the floodgates opened. And Gulliver took the lead for the first time in the 6th inning.
Facts.
There's that one-handed bunt, really interesting to me. That's Jenna Perez.
Got a duck under the counter for this one.
Yeah. Jenna Perez on 2 strikes now. And Perez lines it to Sam Zelenka. And that's an easy catch for a player of her caliber. 1 out for FCS.
Shortstop, number 11, Andrea Delgado.
Must have been a bit of a heart-stopping moment for Fia when she heard that bat contact the ball that way. And Delgado will advance to first base. He's had plenty of time in the infield as a runner in this game. And Arce still looking down at Andrea Delgado. I think trusts her agility to be able to react in time to whatever Arce would have decided there. Strike 2 for Fia. And again, we got this simultaneous 2 mini games. We got the pitching game and we got the don't let Andrea advance game in between the pitches. And here's contact. Are we going to go for a double play? No, we're not. Brocha throws the first. And it get past Aquila. And Delgado's going to run home. But she'll stay.
Now batting, third baseman, number 3.
Brocha will want that one back. She had the choice to throw to second or to first. She opted for first base, but her throw hit the ground and it went past Aquila. Fortunately for FCS, they protected themselves from conceding another run. And can Abby Nunez catch it in left field? Delgado will tag up, and she'll run home. Zelenka trying to throw it out at home. And Arce couldn't get behind Zelenka's throw as it was to her right. And Gulliver not letting up at all. They've got a runner on third.
What a play from Gulliver to do the sacrificial fly deep enough, and so they trusted in Andrea's ability and agility, to run to the home base faster than they could pass it, and so they got a run off of that and still have one out.
Here's Natalie Menendez at bat. I think after Gulliver has seen several of their players get some good swings on the ball, I think it's really given all the other players on their roster the confidence to swing. And Arce was chasing down the foul ball, but it lands out of play on top of FCS's dugout. Menendez with 2 strikes. And here's another foul near the same area. To the right.
I'd like to point out that Mallory is at bat next. So they could potentially have an RBI when she's at bat.
And that's a really solid hit to right field. Isa Lopez stops it from hitting the fence. But that single is good enough to advance Gulliver's score to 6-2 over FCS.
Now batting the pitcher, number 14, Asia Mallory.
And Fia, who looked rather invincible to start this game, has now conceded 6 runs. Granted, plenty of errors in there to go around. But Gulliver has made contact with the ball, as Mallory did there. And it's fair. Nunez catches it after it hits the ground. And she'll get it to her cutoff in time. Only to concede a single to Mallory.
Now batting the right fielder, number 24, Natalie Bowen.
A really tough spot for Abby Nunez to track down. And she obviously utilized her soccer goalkeeper skills there to prevent the ball from getting past her. And there's a timeout here to talk with Fia. The position of pitcher is a deeply psychological one. And so these kinds of chats after you've given up that many runs, that many hits, even if they are, in some cases, not entirely your fault, it's important to talk it out and make sure your pitcher is mentally committed, mentally stable, especially at this stage of the game. FCS is going to have to really explode offensively if and when we get to that bottom of the 7th inning. Swing and a miss for Bowen. Hadley Bowen, that is. Gulliver's coach rather blunt. Swing the bat. Come on, bro. Or Bo. Maybe because her last name is Bowen. In Miami, what's the difference? Everyone's called bro.
That's right.
Hey, you gotta be confident. Come on, be confident. I want to hit this ball. Let's go.
And this will foul out. I think that foul out worked in Broach's favor. She was going to have to make a throw from the foul line. And it goes to Broach. It goes through her legs and past Zelenka. And Nunez pump fakes the throw to Broach at third.
Now batting the first baseman, number 10, Alexis Rose.
And Gulliver making contact with the ball on nearly every one of their at-bats. Here's Alexis Rhodes for Gulliver. She's only got one out and the bases are loaded.
Swing, be confident. Stop thinking. Stop thinking. Swing and hit. Don't try to figure it out. Just hit it.
I'm not sure if that was a strike or a ball. There's a ball.
Be confident with yourself. Come on. That's okay. It's okay. Take a hack. I'm okay with that.
I wish we just had a mic on Gulliver's coach. He literally just said, take a hack. I don't care.
Believe in yourself.
And Zelenka bobbles the catch. Well, there were actually 2 outs on the inning. We had the scoreboard wrong there.
Really had to roast him like that.
I mean, I'm roasting all of us.
Let's go. You guys on? Ready to go.
Just heard from Gulliver's dugout. Do your hair out here. Very interesting. Now we're entering the top of the 7th. As Gulliver leads 6-2.
Bottom of the 7th.
Oh, bottom of the 7th, excuse me. Yes. This is FCS's last chance to either tie this game or take this loss on their home opener.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, if we could ask you, once the game is concluded, if you could please vacate the premises and head to your cars. We want to go ahead and follow the CDC guidelines. But we want to thank you once again for following the guidelines throughout tonight, wearing your mask, socially distancing from one another. Thank you so much for joining us here at Florida Christian. Not yet. The conclusion. Listen, Papa. Listen.
And Broche will lead off the inning for FCS.
Now batting number 12, third baseman, Victoria Broche.
And that's a ball on the first pitch. looking like a good count for Broche. 2-0. Two and 1 for Broche. She took a swing at that one. Now it's 2-2. Just a reminder, this will be FCS's last inning if they cannot equalize. And Broach is out there after one batter. Gulliver only needs 2 more outs.
Now batting.
Now batting, number 5, Ella Diaz.
Yeah, I can fix it.
Right?
I wasn't looking.
Dugout had
There's
to
a
brace
strike.
for that one.
What's that?
Dugout had to brace for that one. Went straight to them.
Oh, and 2 for Ella. High pitch from Mallory. That's 1-2. And that's another strikeout for FCS. Gulliver's got 2 outs now. They're 1 out away from closing out this game.
Now batting, number 16, the second baseman, Annabelle Gulliver.
And a grounded pitch for Aquila. 1-0. Strike 1. And that pitch a bit high. It's now 2-1. I think after seeing a full game here, well, nearly a full game, I think some areas of improvement we can note for FCS. Some of their fielding, as well as their batting, their confidence at bat.
I was going to say the same thing. With the confidence at batting thing.
And that's game, ladies and gentlemen. Final score, Gulliver wins 6-2 over your FCS Patriots softball team. Thank you for watching. God bless you guys at home. I'm Jeffrey Swindoll.
I'm William Swindoll.
We are signing off. Thank you.